なんとかなったみてえだな。畳みかける。これがスーパーサイヤ人3だ。
Alright, what's going on, you fam? Raiyuden here. First of all, I just wanted to say I saw your feedback. I hope this helps with the text being more readable. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know why it took me this long to realize I could just do this. Number 2, we got another newsletter from the development team. Pretty damn awesome. Love the transparency. I think it just goes to show how big this upcoming update is. They want to give us little slices on what's going to be happening, and they're already providing teasers on what the changes are going to be. So maybe there's a lot of truth behind them saying this is truly the biggest update we've ever done. Everything you've seen prior, whether it's the quality of life changes, the UI changes, higher resolution, higher quality models, all that stuff, all your conveniences, all of that is nothing and should bow in awe to this 7th anniversary update. They're putting a lot of chips here. Legends, I'm telling you right now, if you keep boasting about it like this, you're going to set the expectation very high. You're going to have to deliver. There's a lot of things people want to see. So let's start with the newsletter, see what they got here. So, changes due to planned May version updates. Thank you for your continued support of Dragon Ball Legends. In anticipation of Legends' 7th anniversary this May, we are planning a large-scale version update schedule with updates beginning in May. So it sounds like we're going to get it piece by piece. They're going to do a gradual rollout. It makes sense too. If the update really is that big, you want to go bit by bit, because if you end up breaking a whole line of devices when it comes to the game, you want to at least be able to roll back easier and make changes accordingly. It really does sound like a big update. With these updates, many aspects of the game systems as well as its system requirements will be changed or adjusted. This notice covers a portion of the changes and adjustments being made in May 2025. Hashtag if Android. Suspension of service for certain Android devices. We will be suspending service for certain devices. Currently, the minimum spec for Dragon Ball Legends on Android devices is as follows. Android 6.0, 1.6 gigs of RAM. I'm surprised they have to say this, but whatever. However, the memory requirement has become a bottleneck as we aim for higher character production values and plans for future updates. Yes, guys, every time you load into PvP, all the individual assets, character models, animations, all this stuff, everything that gets loaded in is going to be RAM dependent. So for them to say we need more RAM is to me that tells me we are planning to make things far more detailed, far more destructible, far more chaotic, far more detailed, all these things. So they need a higher budget to fit those things in. It's almost like a container. Like if you have a 5-liter container and you want to make 10 liters worth of crap, guess what? The container's too small. So they realize we can't do this anymore. We have to rip the band-aid off and start saying lower powered devices cannot be the bottleneck for us in terms of our creative endeavors. We want to make characters that have, multiple character models, detailed animations, unique camera panning. We want environments, like the Gohan and Trunks is such a good example. It's so simple, but Trunks being on the ground, the concrete assets, the puddle, the rain, the lighting, Gohan's dead character model, these things all hinge on RAM. It has to be loaded in somewhere. That's what they're trying to tell us. They're trying to say, we want to do more of that. We want to be more ambitious with that. But we're bottlenecked because we say we're going to support 1.6 gigs of RAM. So they're probably saying, we're done. No more. A good example of this, Ultra Super Gogeta, his intro animation. If you pay close attention to Vegeta and Goku's character models, you might have noticed they are lower quality versus just traditional characters, and that character came out years ago. You know why? It's because as the years have gone on, the baseline or minimum device has gotten stronger. Phones have gotten stronger at an exponential rate. So they realize they have more freedom to make better looking characters. I guess at this point, they're just like, we're done. We don't want this to be a bottleneck. We want to make some cool stuff, which is awesome. Based on the above, we will change the minimum requirements planned for a May 2025 update as follows. Android version 10.0 or higher, and this is the big one, 4.0 gigs of RAM or more. Now, first thing, The Android OS changes being higher, this is probably going to help you with dealing with less cheaters. Having Android devices that are more just locked in from the providers is a lot easier, less opportunities for them to cheat. So that's helpful in terms of the security front, less mod kits and whatnot. But the budget going from 1.6 to 4 gigs of RAM, the implications are simply huge. Of what we had right now hinged on this. And now they're saying we want more than double. Who knows what they could cook up, honestly. Like, imagine destructive finishes. There's a whole environment, and if you hit them with the blue card at the end, the character just absolutely gets nuked out of buildings and whatnot. Not like invincible level, but something impressive. I look forward to that. To improve performance, rendering will also switch from OpenGLES to the Vulkan API. I don't know how this is going to affect things, but hey, if they found this a superior way to help deal with character rendering models, assets, colors, all this other fun stuff, hey, go ahead, get your libraries, make sure that you provide the best viewing experience for the game as possible. Next, suspension of service for certain iOS devices. Looks like, just like the Android one, they want to... Wait, based on the above, we will change the minimum requirements planned for a May 25 update. Memory required 4 gigs of RAM or more, that's fine. Although this means raising the required device specification, the Legends team is looking into new characters, battle expansions, graphical updates, and much more that will justify this decision. Exactly like we talked about. Broly, having a stone pillar in his LF was enough for the neuron activation and all of our monkey brains to go, oh, whoa, cool. Small things. When we saw the teaser for Gohan and Trunks, we all were like, holy crap, the rain, the colors, the graphics, the the concrete, just the environment, the scene that they set up, stuff like that alone. Imagine that scenario for everything. What if we get our hands on a fusing, synchro gauge Super Gogeta, and when he does the fusion dance, we're going to have the Janemba environment, jelly beans in the air with all the color effects and all that stuff. What about the, the aura, the rippling effect on the ground, the smoke shooting out as Gogeta stands there? This is what I mean. All this stuff is important. It's what sets the tone. It's the little things. We apologize for any inconvenience this will cause users with the affected devices, and thank you for your understanding. I'm going to be honest with you. 4 gigs of RAM in 2025 is not a difficult. This is not them making an outlandish request. This is not that difficult. I'm sorry to say. Devices are so damn powerful that a very, very mid-range or even budget device can have 4 gigs of RAM. So, I don't think the apology is needed. Overhaul of the in-game UI. In this upcoming large-scale update, we'll be overhauling the UI on a scale that sets it apart from previous updates. This update simplifies access to tons of content, which we've been expanding since the game's initial release. Check back later for details when more information is revealed. Good. If you go to the exchange shop or the event tab or everything, there's a shop for everything. There's like 19 different tabs. We're in 2025 and we don't have an accept all button. So this is good. It sounds like they just want to blanket sweep all the little quality of life changes and UI changes. I'm looking forward to this. I'm all for it. A new fresh coat of paint, sometimes it's all it takes for a game to feel fresh again. Look at Dokkan 2. After all these years, they overhauled, the battle UI, small things like how you capture the orbs and the way that it pops and the sound effect and battle motions. It's something so simple, yet the character model just goes into a battle pose. The little things amount to a lot. So good. That's great. Simplifying character upgrades. The Soul Boost system will be... The Soul Boost system will be removed to help streamline the character upgrade process and improve playability. The stat boosts and abilities added via Soul Boosting will now be gained as a character levels up. Okay, so all 7 tabs... The boosts and stats and everything will be gathered only from getting the character to level 5,000 now. And I assume and abilities means that, it's mentioned here. For Zenkai Awakening, you'll only need to obtain Awakening Z power in order to gain the benefits of your character's Awakening rank. Hey, that's great. That's great. What a fantastic way to simplify that. My only concern, there are missions tied to soul boosting, and the 10cc per mission is valuable For free-to-play players, this is important. I would like to hope Legends knows this and shifted that CC to somewhere else. If you're gonna make a change like this, the rewards that came from it have to go somewhere else. You can't just Thanos snap them away. People are going to notice. You have to change the mission to something else. So I hope they do that. Character parameters and abilities will remain unchanged. Souls will be revised to coincide with the removal of soul boosting. The existing Rising Souls, Super Souls, and Zenkai Souls used for soul boosting will be removed and replaced with new souls. So replacing the old with the new? What? Details of changes. New souls for equipment upgrades and arts boosting. Bro. Why? So all the super souls that were needed for slot 3 equipment upgrades are useless now? Is that what they're saying? New souls for equipment upgrades and art boosting will be added. Cost of equipment upgrades and art boosting will also be adjusted. Good. What the hell? This is important. 200 super souls and 9,000 of whatever soul every time just for me to get a green slot? Crazy. The mismanagement of resources in this game cannot be understated. 10 billion Zenny disappears like this. If they wanted to be helpful, not only should they change the soul boosting system that they have right here, do something about Zenny. Do something about it. If any, I would be so happy if they just straight up said, no, we're going to get rid of it. It's an unnecessary resource. Just make things cost the souls tied to them. So souls for equipment and arts boosting, souls for when it comes to boosting a character. Forget Zenny. Let's get rid of it. It's annoying. I have to wait until the weekend stage in order to get a bunch of Zenny, only for me to lose all of it to not even get a gold slot. Get rid of Zenny, dude. Bonus battle stages for the existing souls will be replaced with stages that award the new souls. I would hope so. Relevant main story rewards will be replaced with the new souls. Event story rewards, excluding bonus battles, will no longer drop the existing souls. Relevant mission rewards will be replaced with the new souls. Okay, so it sounds like they're gonna go ahead. Wait, mission rewards. Okay, so that's not what I think it is. Souls currently in your possession may be exchanged at the recycle center for the new souls. Okay. To coincide with the removal of soul boosting, missions related to soul boosting in class up and Z missions and certain event missions will be removed. Removed? Not replaced? That's not good. I don't know. I don't like that. This should be replaced or shifted to somewhere else. I hope that this is just poor wording and they aren't just Thanos snapping all the free-to-play CC. I'm sorry. It's just not a good look. So these soul boost panels, leveling up characters to whatever, it looks like they're getting rid of those missions and there's no mention of where the rewards will go. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and assume it's going to be shifted to somewhere else. We'll have to see. Relevant missions will show the number of days remaining in the app at a later date. Job request adjustments. After careful consideration of in-game demand and the removal of soul boosting, the following job requests will no longer be available. Job requests that drop the existing souls. Job requests that drop Zenny. Job requests obtained before the update will be usable until the expiration date. The following content will be affected. Story, event stories, dailies, intermediate missions, rating match, training, treasure, co-op. So they want to get rid of adventures that give us resources. I assume they're going to replace it, right? Selectable login bonus changes. The selectable login bonus that granted your chosen item on the following day will be changed to a fixed login bonus that gives you 10 CC on the same day. Users with the Legends Pass can receive additional items along with the regular daily login bonuses. As a result of this change, you will no longer be able to receive login bonus items selected the day before the update. We apologize for the inconvenience and ask for your kind understanding. Wait. Selectable login bonus are granted your chosen item on the following day will be changed to a fixed login bonus that gives you 10 CC. So people can't choose sparking metals anymore. They can't choose erasers anymore. They can't choose Zenny anymore. They're getting rid of that? Users with the Legends Pass can receive additional items along with the regular daily login bonuses. So you need a Legends Pass in order to choose the items we had before? I don't know if this is poor wording on their part, or the implication truly is that they're stripping away your item choice. That's not good. Raid event reward adjustments. Raid event damage rewards will be removed to help speed up screen transition times. We plan to increase rewards elsewhere to make up for the lost damage rewards. Okay, this is good and bad, but the fact that they went out their way to say raid rewards will be moved elsewhere, but not for the other things, makes me think they just straight up are removing the soul boosting missions, so that CC is gone. That's what that sounds like. Some mission changes. Some requirements and rewards for beginner missions and go for intermediate missions will change. Other changes. Requirements to unlock certain events and content will be changed. Will not affect events or content that has already been unlocked. Removal of bonus battle EXP. So what's going to be the fastest way to get our characters to level 5,000 now that soul boosting is not the singular way to get all your stats and abilities? In addition to those announced in this notice, we also have other adjustments and changes planned for May updates. There's plenty more coming as part of this ongoing massive version update plan beyond May, and it's sure to be exciting, so be sure to keep an eye out. Legends team will continue to work hard at creating a fun and exciting game, providing you the best experience possible. We hope you continue to enjoy Dragon Ball Legends team. I find it funny that they don't mention Toshi and Tani as the producers. It's almost like they said that last time just to clear the air, because people were assuming, is it just Tani now? Is Toshi still in the picture? Whatever. So interesting. I have mixed feelings on this. It's very clear that there's some conveniences being provided. Soul boosting not being a thing is nice. Stripping away some of the resources needed to be used is nice. Them doing an overhaul of the UI and them finally ripping the band-aid off and saying we no longer support weaker devices is good, both from a security standpoint in terms of making it difficult for people to cheat, because higher Android versions are actually going to be supported, therefore more frequent security updates, therefore less opportunities for people to leverage like jailbroken devices with mod menus and all that other stuff. So this is good. The higher memory requirement just tells me that they plan on throwing in more colorful abilities and assets for transformations and unique little cutscenes, all this other stuff. That's all great. Where they're reallocating mission rewards when it comes to some of the things that they're removing, I am a little bit concerned about that. I hope they are going to be putting it somewhere else. And that is all to say that this is only one piece of the pie. It sounds like they have a ton of things that they want to share with us. Yeah, I hope that we get some really great updates going forward. I don't know. They stripped away some things, left a little bit of confusion, a little bit of optimism. So who knows what it could be until we get it. They said something here. Where is it? Where is it? Many aspects of the game's systems. To me, it screams to me as a developer that they are trying to change things on the back end tremendously, almost like they want to change up how the game plays itself. I don't know what that means. Maybe they're going to start brushing up on certain weird interactions that happen in this game. My favorite one is when my opponent goes from long range to mid range to close range and no friggin' animation plays and they just drift over to me like, I don't know, some kind of ghost from a horror movie. They just float over and no animation change plays, or no animation at all, and they just show up in my face. Just like Gogeta when he just flew up to Geneva, just whoo. Maybe they're trying to patch the holes on some of these intermediate moments that don't make any sense. Fingers crossed they're going to be addressing moments where there's input that is totally lost. How many times have I screamed to you guys, I hope my tap registers, I hope my tap registers, and I hope my tap registers. Because this game is a queue-based, input-based system where you input an action, it goes into a queue, and the game launches those things. So if you are in a frozen stop time event scene or whatever, like your opponent pops a green card, and you tap the screen once in the middle of it, The nervousness comes from whether or not the game picked up that I just tapped the screen and it put a cue that my tap attack is going to be happening. I can't even tell you the number of times where, one, I assumed it went in and it didn't, or the number of times where I decided I need to tap attack again and I overtap and then I get caught. So I hope they fix that too. And this is going to be the biggest one now that we get debuffed a million times every second. They have to change the battle UI to constantly show important buffs/debuffs. Sometimes I don't know if I have paralysis. I'm not kidding. I get card draw speed minus 50,000, minus 30% key, plus 8 to arts cost, you know, minus this, plus that. There's so many little squares going on there. I feel like I'm playing Roblox. I don't know what my status is anymore. They did a fantastic job of keeping permanent cover null. There's now a nice little indication for that. But what about paralysis? What about all these other things that I have no clue? They really got to fix up that as well. So hopefully that's going to be part of this major update. And another thing, now that I'm on this topic, I really hope they do something about the Legends abilities. They introduced this a long time ago. They introduced this a while back to make LF's characters be unique in some way. It's this right here. This was supposed to be a unique brushing on these characters to make them feel unique as compared to Ultras, because Ultras have their own unique ability. Granted, they're lazy right now. They just give 30% damage inflicted in key recovery. But LFs are supposed to have something. The intent was that each one of these was unique, but they just stopped. They just decided, yeah, we'll make it like a 0.25 Zenkai buff instead. I hope they do something about this. I really hope they do. I would love the idea of, oh, this is Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. Oh, a Daima allies, you know, per Daima ally plus 10% key recovery. Something small like that. Like, if the focus going forward is that every single character is going to play an important role on its teams, then the LFs with their little limited abilities right here, it would be nice to see that this somehow aligns with that. This is Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. Legends limited ability. If he fights with 2 Daima allies, then every time they activates once, resets after character switch, they heal 3% on one hit. Totally tiny ability, but it has an impact. Stuff like that. I hope they do that. I don't like this lazy mini Zenkai buff. Either way, you let me know in the comment section below what you think about this update. I think it has a lot of promise, and I also think that the dev team is trying to cook up something really great. I hope that their wording is better going forward, because some of these things that they're implying are actually stripping away the rewards for players, and hopefully they are providing those rewards somewhere else. I think 2025 is going to be a very important year for Legends. I'm serious. I think people are at the tail end of their patience with these shenanigan metas. Like, from 6-year anniversary until now, people have more so been tolerating the game, less so enjoying it. So I'm hoping that the Legends team is aware of this and realizes they have to deliver. And the amount of times that they keep boasting about how big this update is going to be just sets up expectations that if you fail to meet that, paired alongside people's, you know, ominous feeling towards the game for the last, 8 months now, it's gonna hurt, dude. It really is. So the community has made it very clear that we have specific things we want them to take a look at. I can make an entirely separate video of things I want to see from the development team if you guys are interested in that as a discussion piece. I'm just really bad at these yapping discussion videos. I don't know if people are interested in hearing me speak about things. Either way, let me know in the comment section below what you think. But until next time, guys, maybe I'll be live in an hour. Peace.